Hello da Tangam, welcome to Gully Classroom. This is the second lecture in the chapter Chemical Reactions and Equations in CBSE 10th Standard Chemistry Science Book Chapter 1 Chemical Reactions and Equations. This is the second lecture which is taken in English. Second lecture taken in English. Okay, so what are we going to learn in this particular lecture? We have already seen that there are basically 5 types of chemical reaction. They are given as combination reaction, decomposition reaction, single displacement reaction, double displacement reaction and redox reaction. In this particular lecture, we are going to completely learn about decomposition reaction. Let's get to the lecture. A decomposition reaction is a chemical reaction where a single reactant absorbs some energy, a single reactant gets some energy and breaks to form two or more products This reaction, decomposition reaction, is the complete opposite of combination reaction. In combination reaction, two or more reactants join together to form a single product. In decomposition reaction, a single reactant absorbs energy and breaks to form many products. Okay, sir. As the energy is absorbed in all decomposition reactions, can we say most of the decomposition reactions are endothermic in nature? Most of the decomposition reactions are usually endothermic in nature. Yes, we can say that the decomposition reactions are endothermic because they usually absorb heat energy. The single reactant usually absorbs heat energy and breaks to form two or more products. So, what are the different types of energies that a reactant can absorb in order to give different products? It can absorb heat energy, hence the term thermal decomposition. It can absorb light energy, hence photochemical decomposition. It can also absorb electric energy, hence the term electrochemical decomposition. Can we go through each type of decomposition in a one by one fashion? Yes, Kana, come on. Thermal decomposition. Here the energy is absorbed by the reactants in the form of heat. For why is energy absorbed in the form of heat? For decomposition of the reactants. Energy is absorbed by the reactants in order for them to decompose. In order for decomposition of reactants. Okay, sir. Let us go for some examples based on this particular idea. CaCO3, calcium carbonate, when heat is given, it forms CaO plus CO2. Here CaCO3 is nothing but calcium carbonate. This delta represents that heat is given to the reaction. What is CaO? CaO is nothing but quicklime. What is one of the most important applications of CaO? CaO, quicklime or calcium oxide is used in cement industry. It is used extensively in cement industry. Here carbon dioxide is sent outside. Here let us write the physical state of all the reacting components. Here CaCO3 is a solid. CaCO3 or calcium carbonate is always a solid. CaO is a solid. CO2 is a gas. CO2 is a gas. Okay, sir. Give us another example for thermal decomposition reaction. Let us write HgO. Okay, if you are giving heat, you get Hg plus O2. How are you going to balance this particular reaction? I am having O2 here. For that I need a O2 here. So I am going to put a 2 here. Here Hg has become 2. So I need a 2 here. I am going to put a 2 here. This particular equation is balanced. Okay, sir. Here HgO is solid in nature. Hg is liquid in nature. Mercury is liquid in nature. Oxygen is gaseous in nature. Here oxygen is evolved. Oxygen is sent outside. Yeah, that is basically a good example for decomposition reaction. Okay, let us write another good example for decomposition reaction. NH4Cl, what are you doing? You are actually giving it heat. You get NH3, which stands for ammonia. NH3, which stands for ammonia, plus HCl. HCl means hydrochloric acid. This is a self-balanced equation. Here there is one nitrogen, here there is one nitrogen, here there is 4 hydrogen, here there is 3 plus 1. Once more 4 hydrogen, here there is 1 chlorine, here also there is 1 chlorine. So NH4Cl, which is usually, NH4Cl is usually a solid, ammonia is also given out as a gas, HCl is also given out of a gas in this particular reaction. Yeah, are you able to understand how NH4Cl, ammonium chloride, when given heat breaks to form ammonia and hydrochloric acid. Okay, let us go for some other reaction. Which reaction do you want to go for? Let us go for FeSO4 dot 7H2O. What will happen when I am giving it heat? Here, what does 7H2O represents? 7H2O represents water of crystallization. 7H2O represents water of crystallization. On heating, this water of crystallization is simply sent outside. So, FeSO4 plus 7H2O, but still you are going to give heat. You are not going to allow this reaction as it is. What is the speciality of this particular reaction? FeSO4 is green in color. In fact, FeSO4 dot 7H2O is called as green vitriol. When I am heating green vitriol, green vitriol loses its 7 molecules of water of crystallization. Green vitriol loses its 7 molecules of water of crystallization, and then it loses its color. Here FeSO4 is usually brownish in color. It is usually brownish in color. Okay, sir. Now what will happen to FeSO4? Let us write that reaction. FeSO4, when you are giving it more heat, you will get Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3 plus SO3. Let us balance this particular reaction. Here there is 2 Fe. I am going to add a 2 here. Let us check sulfur. There is 2S here. Here also there is 2S. There is 2 into 4, 8 oxygen over here. Here there is 3 plus 2 plus 3. Let me repeat myself. Here there is 3 plus 2 plus 3. So here also there is 8 oxygen, 3 plus 2 plus 3. Here also 4 into 2, 8 oxygen. This is a balanced equation. What is the physical state of this particular reaction? Yes, FeSO4 is a solid. Here Fe2O3 is also a solid. SO2 will be a gas. SO3 will also be a gas, which will be evolved. Here, this shows that sulfur is burning. Sulfur burning gives a very, very dirty smell. Sulfur burning gives a very, very noxious, very, very irritating smell. It induces coughing. It can be compared to the smell of a burning egg, rotten egg. Burning of sulfur can be compared to the smell of a rotten egg. So sulfur is burning here. Sulfur is burning here. Whenever I am giving heat to SO4, you will get SO2 and SO3. You can remember it easily like this. Okay, sir. Let us go for another reaction. Here I am going to go for PbNO3 twice. I am going to heat it up. What will I get? I will get PbO plus NO2 plus O2. Okay, I will get PbO plus NO2 plus O2. Here, balancing this reaction is a beautiful thing. You need to really understand the logic behind it. The first thing I am going to check here is the total number of oxygen in LHS is 6. The total number of oxygen in LHS is 6. How, sir? In the left hand side, LHS 3 into 2 is 6. So there are 6 oxygen over here. Okay, what about here? Here there is 2 oxygen. Here also there is 2 oxygen. So here I need to have a even number of oxygen. I need to have a even number of oxygen. I am going to put the smallest even number 2. Here I am going to put the smallest even number 2. Why did you put 2 here? Let me recollect the entire thing once more. Why did I put 2 here? I put 2 here in order to convert this oxygen into an even number. Why? The total number of oxygen in LHS is definitely even. Whatever may be the number I am going to add here, whatever may be the number that I am going to add here has my stoichiometric coefficient. Whatever may be the number that I am going to add here, the total number of oxygen will always be even. It will be in fact multiples of 6. If I am going to add 2 here, the total number of oxygen is 12. If I am going to add 3 here, the total number of oxygen is 6 into 3, which is 18. Anyway, it's all even and multiples of 6. So what am I doing? I want a even number of oxygen here also. So I am putting the smallest even number 2. Now Pb becomes 2. I am going to add a 2 over here. Now let us count nitrogen. N2. Here nitrogen is 2. N2. But because I have added 2 here, total number of nitrogen is 4. N2. But since I have added a 2 here, the total number of nitrogen is 2 into 2, 4. So I need to have 4 over here. Okay, sir. Now, can we check the entire equation? Oxygen is being evolved. NO2 is also being evolved. These are simply gases. Here this is a solid, this is also a solid. When sulfate is heated, SO2 is given out, NO3 nitrate. When nitrate is heated, NO2 is given out. Simple and easy to remember. Okay, now let us check the balancing of the equation. Here there is 2 Pb, here also there is 2 Pb, here there is 4 nitrogen, N2 into 2, 4 nitrogen, here there is 4 nitrogen, here there is 12 oxygen. How 12 oxygen is here, sir? Check this out. Here I am having 3 into 2, 6 into 2, which is equal to 12. This 2 is written right over here. Okay, what about here, sir? Here there is 2 oxygen. Okay, what about here, sir? Here there is 4 into 2, 8 oxygen. Here there is 4 into 2, 8 oxygen. Plus here there is simply 2 oxygen. 2 plus 8 plus 2. Once more, this comes to be 12. So, both LHS and RHS, left hand side and right hand side, are balanced also in terms of oxygen. Are you able to understand how I balanced this particular beautiful reaction? Yeah? Okay, let us go for a few other decomposition reactions. What about decomposition of potassium permanganate, sir? KMnO4. When you are giving heat, what is happening? You are getting K2MnO4 plus what else, sir? You are getting MnO2 plus O2. MnO2 plus O2. Let us balance this particular reaction. Here there is 2K2. So in order to balance that, I am going to put a 2 over here. Now Mn is balanced. There is 2 Mn here. Here there is Mn. Here also there is 1 Mn. So here there is 2 Mn. Mn. In RHS also there is 2 Mn. What about oxygen? 4 into 2. There are a total of 8 oxygen. Let us check over here. Here there is 4 oxygen. Okay, sir. Here there is 2 oxygen. Okay, sir. Here there is 2 oxygen. 4 plus 2 plus 2. Here also there is 8 oxygen. In the RHS also there is 8 oxygen. So this is a balanced equation. Are you able to understand how I went through some 6 to 7 examples for thermal decomposition reaction? Okay, sir. Let us go for photolysis or photochemical decomposition. In photochemical decomposition, energy is absorbed by the reactant in the form of light. There are very famous examples. What are the famous examples, sir? AgCl. Okay, what is happening? AgCl, you are giving sunlight. Sunlight can also be represented as HNO. Sunlight can also be represented as H nu. You will study what is H nu in physics. It simply represents the energy of a particle of light. Light can be considered to be made up of a number of particles which are called as photons. You will learn about this in 12th standard second book. You will learn about this in 12th standard in the unit light. So AgCl, silver chloride, when sunlight is given, or H nu. What is H nu? H nu is simply the energy of one particle of light. Energy of one particle of light. What are you getting? You are getting Ag. Okay, this blue pen has more or less met its end. Let us go for the next blue pen. Ag plus I am going for Cl2. So here there is Cl2. In order to balance this Cl with this Cl, I am going to put a 2 here. Ag has become 2. In order to balance this particular 2, what am I going to do? I am going to put a 2 here. This is a balanced equation. Okay, let us go for another similar example. AgBr, you are adding sunlight to this particular reaction. What is the energy of one particle of light? H nu. H is Planck's constant, nu is frequency. Let me repeat myself. H is Planck's constant, nu is frequency. Anyway, once more, Ag plus Br2. Okay, in order to compensate for this particular Br2, I am going to put a 2 here. Ag has become 2. I am going to put a 2 here. This Ag, what color, sir? It will be in grayish color. It will be in grayish white color. It will be in grayish white color. This decomposition of silver halides. What is the meaning of halides, sir? Chlorine, bromine belong to the halogen group in periodic table. Chlorine and bromine belong to the halogen group of the periodic table, group number 17. Hence, AgCl and AgBr are called as silver halides. Decomposition of silver halides is used in black and white photography. In olden days, they used to do black and white photography using film technology. In that type of technology, decomposition of silver halides is used. Decomposition of silver halides was used. Anyway, right now we are using digital cameras. There is no need for silver halides. Decomposition of silver halides. Yeah. Okay. Now let us go for the last reaction we are going to see in this particular topic, electrolysis or electrochemical decomposition. Here what is happening? Energy absorbed is in the form of electric current. The reactants are absorbing energy. In each and every decomposition reaction, a single reactant is going to absorb energy and break into 2 or more products. But here, energy is absorbed in the form of electric current. Okay, so you are taking some water. What are you doing? You are putting 2 test tubes on it with 2 graphite electrodes or graphite rods. You are putting graphite electrodes or graphite rods. Then you are connecting the entire electrode setup to a 6-volt battery. You are connecting the entire electrode setup to a 6-volt battery. Okay, sir. I want you to recall about anode and cathode very shortly over here. Okay, let me recollect this. Okay, let us start with anion. Anion is negative. Anion is negative. How are you going to remember this? I had a miss called as Annie miss. She used to always penalize me, punish me for anything. So in dedicated to her anger, I have named anion as negative. Okay, what about cation, sir? Cation is definitely positive, because if you are having cats in your home, you are going to have a lot of fun with that particular cat. Cation is positive. Okay, anion will be attracted towards the anode. Why? Anion is negative, anode is positive. So opposite charges attract each other. So anion negative will be attracted towards the positive anode. Okay, once more. Cation is positive. Cation positive means it will be attracted towards the cathode. Why, sir? Cathode is negative. So positive will be attracted towards the negative. Positive will be attracted towards the negative. Unlike charges attract each other. Anion negative attracted towards anode positive. Cation positive attracted towards cathode, which is in fact negative. Okay, sir. Now, what is the reaction that is actually happening here? Here I am having water. This water is given electric current. This water is given electric current from this 6 volt battery. What is happening? This water is breaking into H2 plus O2. Let us balance this particular reaction. Here there is 2 oxygen. So I need 2 oxygen over here. Let me put a 2 here. Here there is 4 hydrogen. So let me put a 2 over here. 2 into 2, 4. Now there is 4 hydrogen. Now there is 4 hydrogen. Okay, sir. What else do you want to talk here? Here this is being, okay. This is being collected. It is not actually sent outside. It is being collected. I can say this is a gas. I can say this is a gas. And this is in liquid form. This is in liquid form. So here Cl2 and Br2 is simply being sent outside. Okay. Let us get back to this particular reaction. H2O, when electric current is passed using a 6 volt battery, breaks into H21O2. H2, what is the nature of H2? H2 is electropositive in nature. H2 is electropositive in nature. Okay, sir. What about O2? O2 is electronegative in nature. O2 is electronegative in nature. What is electropositive? They lose electrons. The element loses its electrons in order to attain noble gas configuration. Electropositive elements form positive ions. Let me repeat myself. Electropositive elements lose electrons. They give away electrons in order to form positive ions. Positive ions means they form cations. So the hydrogen, the cation hydrogen, are you able to understand why this is electropositive? Electropositive means they lose electrons to become positive. So hydrogen, the cation, becomes positive, and this hydrogen is collected at the cathode. This hydrogen is collected at the cathode. Similarly, oxygen is electronegative. It gains electrons in order to attain noble gas configuration. Oxygen gains electrons in order to attain noble gas configuration. Electronegative. Oxygen, where does it go? Then electronegative, it goes towards anode. So oxygen is collected at the anode. Oxygen is collected at the anode. By looking at this particular equation, this particular equation is well balanced. I can understand that for every 2 molecules of water, 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen is produced. Let me repeat myself. For every 2 molecules of water, 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen is produced. So, the amount of hydrogen produced is double than that of the oxygen. Are you able to understand this? Look here, even in water, there are 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So, if you are going to break this using electric current, using the process of electrolysis, you are going to get hydrogen double than oxygen. The volume of the hydrogen is going to be double than that of the volume of the oxygen collected, because there are 2 atoms of hydrogen in every hydrogen molecule and 1 atom of oxygen in every, sorry, let me repeat myself. The volume of hydrogen collected will be double than that of oxygen, because there are 2 atoms of hydrogen in every water molecule. There are 2 atoms of hydrogen in every water molecule, and there is just 1 atom of oxygen for every water molecule. There is just 1 atom of oxygen for every water molecule. Are you able to understand why the gas collected at the cathode is hydrogen? Why hydrogen is collected at the cathode? Cathode is negative in nature. hydrogen is electropositive. So the electropositive hydrogen is attracted to the negative cathode. Anode is positive in nature. Oxygen is electronegative. So the electronegative oxygen is attracted towards the positive anode. Positive anode. Okay, Gana, that's basically the end of this lecture. What kind of questions will be asked? Questions based on this particular topic. Why the volume of hydrogen collected is double than that of the volume of oxygen collected in electrolysis of water, because each molecule of water contains 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So for every broken molecule you will get 2 hydrogen over here, just 1 oxygen over here. So there hydrogen has to be double the volume of that of oxygen. Also, what reaction is used for black and white photography? Decomposition of silver halides. You can write this particular reaction. What else can you remember about these reactions? Here, chlorine. You can remember the color of Cl2. It is yellowish green in color. What is this color? It is yellowish green in color. Okay, sir. What about bromine? What is the color of bromine? It is usually brown in color. It is usually brown in color. Okay, sir. What about NO2? NO2 is also a brown colored gas. Here I have written NO2. NO2 is also a brown colored gas. Yeah, that's basically more or less the end of this lecture. I have given a lot of good examples for decomposition reaction. I have taught about the 3 different kinds of decomposition reaction: thermal, photolysis and electrolysis. Hope you guys enjoyed this lecture. Hope I did not bore you with too much complicated theory. I made the subject as simple as possible, but I did not want to leave any points just for completing the lecture within a short time. Yeah, I am having so much fun taking classes to you guys. If you like our lecture, subscribe to our channel, like our video, click the bell icon, recommend our channel to your friends. Recommend our channel via social media to your friends. Let us have fun learning chemistry together. Cheers and thank you, Gana. See you guys in the next lecture. Cheers and thank you. See you guys in the next lecture.